powerful urge to play Nintendo 64 games the last couple of weeks. Oh man, Nintendo 64. Even I have been underrating this console. The graphics have aged so poorly, but the gameplay has aged like fine wine. Wave Race 64 is almost a perfect game. It controls so beautifully. There are very few games that are this much fun to just play. No story, no complications, just incredibly smooth, tight gameplay. Smooth and tight, so they're not mutually exclusive, right? What's especially fun about this is that I'm playing the Rumble Pack version of Wave Race 64. This was only released in Japan sometime after the game came out. Had Rumble Pack support. I'd actually never played it before, so this is like kind of my first time experiencing it. It actually has some differences like in music and sound effects that I did not know about. I thought it was just Rumble Pack. Man, Nintendo 64, dude. What a lovely, lovely system. Whoa! Hungry already? Why am I so hungry? You know what happens to me a lot now is that I can't remember to whom, or where I told certain stories or certain thoughts. Like, we did so much driving to travel and visit family this past winter that the only thing I want to do now is just stay at home and play Nintendo 64 and not travel for as long as I can manage. But I don't remember, did I already tell that to you? I don't know.
Every year after it's released and I still can't stop this.
Nikon Z9, that's a cool camera, but I'd have to buy all new lenses. And the thing is too big.
More buttons and features.
What? Hands on? If your New Year's goals involve anything fitness related, I'm gonna make a suggestion. You should make your New Year's resolutions in June. Because do you know what is not conducive to getting into shape? January. I have lost all of my physical fitness because of COVID and then holiday travel and holiday eating. And I'm finally feeling like it's time to get back in shape. I want to exercise. I feel like exercising. Today's the day. But boy, stepping outside, it is not super pleasant out there. Nonetheless, we will persevere. This is very, very painful, but so far, it's a John Cougar Melon Camp. Hurts so good, pain so far. I was talking with Brian about how over long hair I am, and he was like, isn't it crazy that there's so many people who just have long hair and they've always had long hair? My condolences. I mean, look at this. How do you put up with this? Hawk and two crows. I forgot my watch today, so I had to use my phone. It was actually kind of nice to run without knowing what my heart rate was. And instead, I just ran based on how my own feeling was internally, which is how I've ran for years and years and years. But I found that with a watch and the heart rate monitor, sometimes I'll look at it and I'm like, oh, that's a pretty high heart rate, I could probably take a break. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing or anything, but
Going by the way I have felt when it comes to exercising has served me very well for most of my life. So ceding my power to a machine doesn't exactly seem like the right move. On that note, I believe I've mentioned before that my New Year's resolution this year is to 1, listen to people fully, but 2, don't unnecessarily complicate my life. One of the tactics I've been using to accomplish that goal is to stop ceding control to the machines. I'm sure just like most humans, I have a powerful urge for novelty. When I don't control my internet usage, this is what my day looks like. I will start off by going to macrumors.com, then I'll check out theverge.com. I'm like, oh, what's on The Verge? Great. Then I'll go to Twitter, and I'll just repeat that cycle all throughout the day in every spare moment that I have. Oh, and I forgot to mention one of the biggest culprits, the YouTube homepage. Even just now, I pulled up that page. I just lost 2 minutes because I started looking at it. I only wanted to pull it up as an example to show you what I mean. So here's the problem. The internet has infinite novelty. I crave novelty. It is so interesting and novel. I just love it. However, since the beginning of the year, I have completely stopped using my usual haunts, and I have limited myself to the YouTube subscriptions page, my email, and kotkey.org. The reason being is I still crave that novelty, so I need at least some sort of release. YouTube subscriptions, email, and kotkey.org are all limited. They won't provide me an endless feed of stuff. Subscriptions are just based on what people upload. People don't upload that often. I don't get that many emails. And kotkey.org is a blog run by one person, and he posts maybe 5 links a day. All of these things are manageable, still give me some hits of novelty, but don't provide me this endless stream of novelty that I just keep coming back to like a rat going to the sugar water. And what have I learned so far? First of all, it's not that I'm getting that much time back, but I think what is good is that I am using that desire for novelty and putting it towards things that I already have and already have an interest in. For example, I had the energy and inclination to actually replace this iPad battery for my dad by myself. My desire to do weird and interesting things is not being snuffed out by this constant search for novelty and constant new desires being put in my head by all of this internet machine. I've already talked about this, but I am serious. The internet is just made for selling you stuff now. There are great things that come out of the internet. I am posting this video onto the internet. But everything that the internet is wrapped in is trying to sell you something. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't have any problem with that as an absolute thing. It's just the amount of it and the constant pressure is just so much that I have found myself over the last 10 years not being able to be satisfied with the things I have. Not because I am unsatisfied with them in that same way that you get bored of stuff as a kid, but just because new stuff is constantly coming into my brain so often that I forget about the old stuff. So I will keep you updated on this, using the internet not as like this sugar water dispenser, but as a more like focused meal type of deal, and see if I can keep it up. We'll find out. But so far, I really like how the desire for novelty and just like this, my brain constantly looking for things to do, is being redirected towards things that I find at least much more constructive and much less pushing me to get new things. Do you know what I mean? But that will do it for today's vlog. If you're trying to get out there and get in the cold and get back in shape, just know that I'm out there doing it with you. And I am in pain just like you are. But thanks for watching. See you in the next one.